back to the Hardline, everybody. Here's a quick notion. 1-877-Newsmax, 1-877-Newsmax. Be prepared to get on the air here momentarily. Be concise, be to the point, make your point, because we got a lot of people in here right now. We want to make sure to try to get everybody in. Once again, let us go ahead and welcome former Congressman Tom DeLay, the man from Texas, if you will, and the former House Majority Leader. Before we get started with the phone calls here, Congressman, let me get to this. Also on MSNBC, Joe Scarborough made this statement. He said Americans should not give Donald Trump any support unless he can prove to them that he is worth supporting. Here's what he said.
You're acting like a Bush League loser. You're acting like a racist. You're acting like a bigot.
And I'm beginning
this
to think
is called art of the deal. I'm taking my deal off the table, Donald, until you come back to the table and get on the other side of the table and prove to me that you're not a bigot and prove to me that you're not going to take my party down in the ditch. You don't have my endorsement, and you can't use Hillary Clinton as a gun against my head.
Congressman, oddly enough, that is the sort of thing that we've been saying on this show here for several months, but let me go ahead and put it to this point. What is there to make anybody believe Donald Trump is his own man? He has turned down his own people, his own handlers as well, told them, I will do what I want to do. He has doubled down on his statements about the judge. He doesn't seem to want to apologize. What is there to make anybody in the Republican Party believe that he will do anything different, apologize, or treat himself any more presidential?
Well, to this point, Ed, nothing. He is what he is. We've seen him up close and personal during the primaries, and people should expect exactly what we're getting. Now, between now and November, that's sort of the position I'm in. Tell me why I should vote for you. Raising taxes, I ain't going to vote for you. Starting a trade war, I'm not going to vote for you. Backing off on abortion and pro-life principles, I'm not going to vote for you. So what is it, Mr. Trump, can you tell me that would make me vote for you?
All right, now there's the good question right there. So where are the people out there who have that to-the-point answer? At 1-877-Newsmax. Let's begin. Roger from Monterey, California. Roger, do you have an answer to that question?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Anybody out there that believes there is not reverse discrimination going on in high places in our courts is totally out of realm.
Okay, put that in context to what we're talking about here, Roger. Quickly put that in context to what we're talking about.
Well, when Trump says I'm being affected because the judge in this case has a strong heritage to Hispanics or Mexicans or whatever he wants to say, I think that there's a lot to be learned from that, especially from a businessman's perspective, because we come up against that all the time, every day, especially in the courts now. And a lot of this has to do with the way Obama has treated people.
Let me ask you this, Roger, because I have to move on. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Absolutely, I'm going to. And he is no racist, folks.
Okay,
racist.
That's somebody to stand up for.
Look at the real record.
There you go. 1-877-Newsmax. Roger, thanks so much for joining us. Bob from Parkers Prairie, Minnesota. Bob, are you going to vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but what about all of these people who say that, and including Congressman DeLay, who's with us right here, and Joe Scarborough and so many others who say that the man needs to apologize and he needs to be more presidential and don't do something that'll hurt the Republican Party?
Absolutely disagree that he ought to apologize for anything. He hasn't done anything wrong. If I was advising Donald Trump, I'd say you're doing exactly what the people out here want you to do. I would go one step farther, and I'd advise him to move forward and look at good, strong Republicans that are in the state of Arizona, South Carolina, and Wisconsin, and get these rhinos out of Washington and doing the work that the Republicans should be doing to stop people like Obama and Clinton.
Okay, Bob, I want to thank you very much. Tom, I know you want to respond to that. Go ahead.
Well, I just want him to answer me one question. Can he name one issue that is not rhino, that is not moderate, that Donald Trump is for?
Bob, to you. Can you name one issue? All right. Unfortunately, we lost Bob there. There was a great question to put in there, but it's a question I think people honestly have to answer. But hang on one sec here, Congressman. Let's go ahead and pull the hammer back for a second. Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. There's a lot of people who are going to vote for him. Millions of people, as a matter of fact. In your estimation, Who can he get as a running mate, perhaps? What does he need as a running mate? Because let's face it, we all know that your opinion and others is that he has got to back off where he is right now. But if he finds a solid running mate, somebody that can be that statesman, if you will, could that at least help salvage what the Republican Party needs?
Well, I don't know who that would be. Maybe Ted Cruz, who's a man of great principle, of great faith, a man that understands the Constitution better than most people do. That would be a good effort. But it's not the vice president. It's Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has already said he doesn't want conservatives to help him. He doesn't want people of faith to help him. He doesn't need anybody. He'll do it all on his own. Well, we're going to find out.
Well, here's something else that's being floated around as well. Hugh Hewitt, the syndicated radio host, came out today and indicated that, and this has a lot of people going, perhaps Hugh has gone a little bit into the mushrooms here, because he's saying the GOP should change the rules of the convention to get Donald Trump out of being the nominee. We're back to this again. Here, I want you to hear what he had to say.
It's like ignoring stage 4 cancer. You can't do it. Got to go attack it. And right now, the Republican Party is facing the plane is headed towards the mountain. After the last 72 hours, I want to support the nominee of the party, but I think the party ought to change the nominee because we're going to get killed with this nominee.
Stage 4 cancer, plane against the mountain. My goodness, Congressman, he's all over the place here. But isn't it not fair to say, come on, you can't get to that point now. We've got November screaming down upon us now. Isn't that just foolish talk?
No, actually, it could be done.
Okay.
If the delegates at the convention want to do it, but they won't. They're going to, you've seen them. You've seen all these leaders jumping on board just because he's a Republican and he's the guy that's going to give them their jobs or it's not for the country now, it's for the Republican Party and Donald Trump. But remember, 60% of the Republicans that voted in the Republican primary did not vote for Donald Trump. How's he going to get them to come over and vote for him in November?
That, I think, is what a lot of people are still kind of leaving out there. That's the elephant in the room right now. 1-877 Newsmax. Pamela from Mississippi. Pamela, tell us what you believe about Donald Trump.
I believe that Donald Trump is all mouth. I believe that he promises things. He has good ideas. He uses people who are hungry, who are suffering. He makes promises that he has no idea to keep.
All right, Pamela, we lost you. Thank you very much. Real quickly, John from Rockville, Maryland. John, welcome to the Hardline. Make your point, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, Ed. I'll make a real quick point, which really upset me. Donald Trump is not a racist. He has an absolute right to ask this judge to be reclused from his case due to the fact that this judge is a member of a lot of these Mexican groups, and yes, just like any American.
Well, hang one second, John. John, I'm gonna have Tom DeLay comment on it, but we do have to make a point. The La Raza group that he is a point of is not part of the National La Raza group, and he was born in America. Tom, response from you?
Well, first of all, he has every right to bash this judge. I've been bashing judges my entire political career because the judiciary and the Supreme Court are lawless and out of control. But that's not what Donald Trump did. First of all, his lawyers haven't filed for recusal of this judge. Secondly, Donald Trump doesn't know enough about the Constitution to know that he has all kinds of ways to go after this judge. But what did he choose to do? He chose to go after the judge because of his ethnicity and his race and his heritage. That is racist.
And we are going to be discussing this right up until November because this, I fear, is what the American people want to talk about, but it's also something that will not go away very easily. Congressman Tom DeLay, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Please come back again because I'm sure we're going to have a lot more callers and they're going to want to talk to you. Tom, thanks so much for joining us. Defections, deconstruction, destruction, all next. And we'll talk about things on the left, too, when the Hardline continues.